Ready.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session of Let Us Talk It Youth Series. We are extremely delighted to have you with us today. It's a very personal topic that we have for you today, but a topic that touches each one of us. And we thought that we can all uh, give our opinions, our feedback, our experiences into this. And please, everyone who have joined in from Facebook, YouTube, please make sure you do put some comments, some questions that will encourage our panelists who have worked really hard to get you this webinar for you. And uh, coming to our webinars, about our Let Us Talk It webinars, we do professional webinars every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, uh, dealing with HR, leadership, technical. You say it, we have it. And but if you have any particular topic in mind, do let us know. And if you want to be part of this Let Us Talk It Youth series, improve your child's public speaking skills, we do this every Friday from 4 to 5 p.m. EST. And if you want any information on that, please do email us at webinar@letustalkit.com. And we do the practice sessions every Tuesday and Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. EST. And trust me, each topic very you can say that these are very common topics, but it always helps us think one more time, think somewhere down the line, which we always forget the main usual things. So without any further ado, let's start with today's topic. Our topic for today is, do supermoms need help from the family too? And why do they need this help? What is the help? When can we help? How we can help? These superheroes wearing multiple hats. And interestingly, I tried seeing what if we can find what is the meaning of a mother. So the answers that came were, mother is a verb. It's something you do, not just who you are. Mother is a verb to love, nourish, protect, teach, comfort. And then some explanation says, one person who does the work of 20 for free. A woman who loves unconditionally, leads by example, puts others before herself. So we just with time, we forget that how many roles she plays, and that is why we thought that calling our moms or our caregivers the superheroes, especially our moms, is worth it. So, to present today's topic, we have with us our extremely talented and hardworking a group of youth who were excited. They got the topic, they decided the topic, and they are ready to bring it forward to you. And we have Ishita, second year medical student, and Ishan, seventh grader from UK. We have Hasni, seventh grader from Michigan. We have Anvita, fifth grader, Pranav, 10th grader, Oral, sixth grader. She's here for the first time, shy but confident. And we have Siri, who is again a very shy girl, but she has been confident. She said that she can lead the webinar, and she is the moderator today. But this is, I think, our journey at Let Us Talk It fulfills when um, youth are shy before, and they take up that confidence. They take up, I mean, become the moderators, become the panelists, and this shows our success. So, with that, over to you, Siri. All the best, everyone.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. And as Jewel and Auntie already said, this week's topic is Supermoms and do they need our help? Before we get started, I want to share a quote by George Washington, our first president. All I am, I owe to my mother. I attribute all my success in life to the moral, intellectual, and physical education I received from my mother. Having this realization is very important to this week's topic. In the present, as we're caught up with our own problems, we often forget just how much our mother contributes to who we become and how important she is to our lives. We'll be answering the question, do supermoms need help from family too? I want to start off by saying that the answer is most definitely yes. We'll be going over the who, what, when, and how of this simple but impactful question, which we all should reflect on for our moms who wear multiple hats. So first, we'll be going over our agenda for this webinar. So first, we'll be introducing ourselves, our panelists and speakers, and next we'll be talking about who are our superheroes. Third, we'll provide our thoughts and ideas on when we can help. Fourth, we'll describe the many types of help, and this is more than just doing the dishes. And afterwards, we're going to give you some practical examples and some of our experiences. Finally, you can ask us your questions in our Q&A and interactive session. Hello, everybody. My name is Siria Katala, and I'll be today's moderator and panelist. And I'm a freshman at Lambert High School in Georgia. And in my free time, I enjoy singing, reading, and knitting. And now on to our next panelist.
Hi, everyone. My name is Pranav Katala, and I'm a sophomore at Lambert High School in Georgia. And the things that I do in my free time are playing basketball, singing, and also I'm interested in computer science.
Our next panelist is Anvita.
Hi everyone, my name is Anvita Tangella. I'm a 5th grader at Flores Elementary in Herndon, Virginia. And some of my hobbies are sketching, drawing, painting, and swimming.
Thank you, Anvita. Our next panelist is Hasini.
Hi everyone, my name is Hassani, and I'm a 7th grader at Ruther Middle School in Michigan. And some things that I enjoy doing are dance, tennis, or playing tennis, and just hanging out with friends.
Thank you, Hasini. And our next panelist is Oral.
Hi, I'm Arel, and I'm a 6th grader at Webster Elementary in Livonia, Michigan. And in my free time, I like to read and play volleyball.
Thank you for that. Next, we'll have Ishan.
Hello, my name is Ishan. I started high school in Scotland about 2 months ago, making me a 7th grader in the US. I really like to swim and cycle.
Thank you, Ishan. And finally, we have Ishita.
Hi, I'm Ishta. As Julian Auntie said, I'm a second-year medical student here in Edinburgh, Scotland. In my free time, I like to read and sing and do anything really that's nice and creative and makes me happy.
Thank you, Ishita. And we'll be going on to our first topic. And this is who, an introduction to our superheroes. So, who is a supermom? This refers to the member of the household who may be the breadwinner and or the person who forms the foundation of the house. They sacrifice their time and effort to support and provide for the rest of the family. Without doubt, in many families, including ours, this role falls in the hands of the mother. They have the most important role in our lives as the primary caretaker from whom we learn our views, morals, and goals from the moment that we're born. She's our role model and our first teacher. So next we wanted to address that since we're speaking from our personal experiences, we'll be focusing on our mothers. However, we do know that each individual family is different. Some families may not have a mother, or others may have the grandparent as the primary caretaker. It may even be your sibling or extended family member. We ask that you reflect. Who is the superhero in your life? So here I wanted to share a graph that shows the average minutes per day that men and women spend on household activities. As you can see, men on average spend a total of 1 hour and 25 minutes compared to women who spend 2 hours and 15 minutes. This is unfortunately the norm in most households. I also wanted to share another piece of data, and this is from 2015. And It says that out of 1,000 adults in US, Brown research said that 82% had chores as children, but only 28% of adults today make their kids do things around the house. This needs to be changed. I believe that all members of the household have the responsibility to do chores. This should not fall upon one person in our family. Next, we have another graph that goes further to show that stay-at-home mothers and working mothers do a lot of the housework and childcare. All this research points to the fact that we need to help more, and a lot more than we're doing right now. So our next topic of discussion is why we should help our superheroes. As previously discussed, our mothers have the most difficult role in the household. We're going to be sharing our personal thoughts on this topic. First, Ishan will be sharing his reflections.
We should help our supermoms so they don't get exhausted with our small problems, which might make them too tired to help us with our main struggles. Our parents' job is to take care of us, but if they are doing every little unnecessary thing all the time, this isn't efficient and will drain them. Oral, please can you tell us about your ideas on this topic?
Of course, Ishan. We should also another reason we should help our supermoms is because they provide for us all the time by working hard every single day, and they deserve some assistance too. Furthermore, it will bring them happiness to know that there is someone they can count on to help them through many things. On to you, Hasni.
Thank you, Oral. And adding on to her, another one of the many reasons why you should help your mom/parents out is because they work the whole day, and when they finish working at office, they still have to do the work at home when they come home. And they come home very tired, and they want the feeling of relaxation too, not just kids. Next, on to Anvita.
Thank you, Hasini. We can help our parents because they're really important to each of us, and they have been helping us for our whole life, and they'll still be helping us for countless times to come. So why can't we help them? They've been doing lots of work, but while working, they have also been taking care of us, like helping us with homework and giving us all the things we need. On to you, Pranav.
Thanks, Anvita. Sometimes they do not get enough rest and have to get up in the early morning hours to get us ready for school. And if we suddenly get sick, they take care of us day and night. So we need to help them so they don't get stressed and they have a healthy lifestyle. And on to you, Ishita.
Thank you, Pranav. So obviously, if you're a tiny baby or a really young child, we're not saying that you have to help your parents all the time then, you have to do all this work. That's not the point that we're making. If you're old enough to, and you're able to, and you have the time to, we definitely think you should help your parents for many different reasons, such as people have already said. However, in my opinion, I think you should actually help them for yourself as well. So if you don't help your parents at all, ever, and you let them do absolutely everything for you, then you will become you won't be able to be as self-reliant in the future, and you won't be able to take care of yourself when you're an adult. So if you start doing these things now as a teen, as maybe a child becoming a teen, then you'll be able to do these in the future, and it means that you'll have that skill. And also, it's just something really nice to do, and you'll know that it feels right, and you'll get a nice sense of satisfaction and feel proud of yourself. On to you, Siri.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Everyone had really wonderful points on this topic. And I really like how everyone explained that our mothers do so much for us, and it really is our responsibility to help them. Our next topic is when we can help. This is a really important topic because often we're so busy with our schoolwork or office work, and we might not know when to help, but we must make time. In this next section, we'll be sharing our personal ideas and experiences on when we should be helping our superheroes. And this is our ideas on when we can help, and Ishan will be going first.
It would help a lot if you can just try to help whenever you can to make their lives easier. There might be better times that you can think of. For example, if you know that your mom is tired by the end of the day and needs to sleep, she would probably appreciate if you helped with just your own used dishes at the end of dinner instead of just putting them in the sink. on to Oral, who I know has some good ideas.
Thank you so much, Ishan. When to help your supermom. You can help your supermom mostly when they are tired or need a break badly, but it won't hurt you to pick something up and put it in the right place or wipe up a spill really quickly either. You can also try to finish some of your mom's chores before she even gets to them. Do this every day and you will be surprised at how much you accomplish. After all, your mom works every day. She's a woman of many hats. On to you, Hasni.
Thank you, Oral. And you can also maybe help them when they are at work, and you can maybe surprise them with having all the chores done. Not only will they feel good, but you will too. Or maybe even when they're sick or don't feel good or had a really bad day at work. Some people have to drive very far from work and back, and if they leave at like 6, they'll be home around 7:30 or after, which makes it very late for them to do chores when they come home. So it would be a big help if you did it beforehand. On to you, Anvita.
Thank you, Hasini. You can appreciate them when they have had a long day and they feel weird out because they have done so many things for you for a long time. And it won't hurt to do a few chores before they get home.
So
On to you, Pranav.
yeah, thank you, Anvita. So in whatever they do, just checking if they need help will be great. And taking time off your work for like 5 to 10 minutes will not harm you, whether that's like, like going out and gardening or like just helping her water the trees. So that will be really helpful. Now on to you, Ishita.
Thank you, Pranav. I really agree with what you said. I think that's so important. So it's really nice, the idea of surprising people, but I think you should definitely ask your parents because they'll be, even surprised that you ask them, can I help you at this point? And if you see them doing something, you don't have to take it from them. You can even do it with them. And I think they would really appreciate that. So to add on to what Ishan said, any time is a good time. You'll probably know better based on your own family things. And whenever you can and whenever you feel like your parents need it. On to you, Sari.
Yeah, thank you all for the great inputs. I really agree with everything. There's so many times when we should be helping, and I personally think we should be helping our mom every day, at least with small chores. So our next topic is what? What are the different types of help? We'll be discussing emotional help, physical help, spiritual help, academic and extracurricular, how to show empathy, and finally professional help. And first, Hasni will be talking about emotional.
So I'm going to be talking about the emotional side of helping, which includes talking to your just staying with them and talking to them when they're doing a chore is also a great help for them. Like, I know that my mom loves it when I'm just sitting at the kitchen countertop talking and listening to her while she's cooking.
Next, Aral will be talking about physical help.
Another way you can help your supermom is by physically helping her. This includes things like sweeping, cleaning, mopping, dusting, and all those other things. You could also do the laundry and fold it. You can go around for about an hour doing these things. It will get a lot of work done and you get a good workout. Win-win. On to you.
Oh, thank you, Aral. Next, Anvita will be talking about spiritual help.
Thank you. Spiritual, joining in prayer, meditation, etc., and being willing to join without complaining or nagging them. Those are all things you can do while your parents are praying. Being patient when they pray and not bothering them, help them if they need something for their prayer and when they tell you to come pray with them. You should because it's good for you and they'll feel happy and supported. On to you.
Thank you, Anvita. Next, Prana will be talking about academic and extracurricular.
So doing school and extracurricular work yourself as much as you can before asking your mom for help, because they won't know half of the stuff we're learning in school, because in their generation, it was much different and they had more rigorous training in a much different way in school than we are learning now. So it is better if we put our own 100% in whatever school subject we're doing, and then it will be easier for them to recollect information slash tips that they would give to make us achieve the grade that we want. And this will actually take a lot of stress away from them.
Thank you so much, Pranav. And next is, I'll be talking about two kinds of professional help. So first, it can mean that understanding work has its own struggle and you should always be helpful. And like other people in the house, maybe with office work, you can always help your mom if she ever needs it, or like your dad can help or something like that. And then another type of help is professional help. And your mom can get help from other sources like therapy or babysitting. And next, Ishan will be talking about empathy.
If you can just be kind and polite, it will automatically make people feel better. Little ways of showing you care really make a difference. For example, making a card or making a card for an occasion, or saving a bit of your food to try, etc. Also make sure you don't make their life harder in your efforts to help.
I definitely agree with what Ishan said, and I just wanted to add on something by saying an example of when I've seen Ishan do this. So Ishan's a very kind, polite boy most of the time, and something that he's always done ever since he was a tiny, tiny toddler and he could run around is we would say something like, "Oh, Ishan, can you get me like a glass of water if you don't mind?" Or, "Ishan, can you get me this? I'm, really running late and I can't run upstairs and get it in time." And he would get it when he was younger, and then as he got older, he would say, "No, I'm not going to get it for you." And he would run upstairs and then surprise me by giving me the thing anyway. And he would do that quite a lot, and it was really nice for me and for my younger sister as well, who's Ishad's older sister. And we felt really taken care of, and it was really sweet of him, and we just felt really loved, and it was really nice of him. So little things really make a difference.
Yeah, I totally agree. That was a really nice story, and I think everyone brought up some really great points. And I just want to say that our superheroes are human, just like us, and they need support in many aspects. And our next topic is how we can help. We've come up with some practical examples that everyone can use. So first, Ishan will be going.
Doing your own work as much as you can before asking their help so your parents can focus on taking care of you. Try to spend meaningful time with them, actively listening to them so they don't feel lonely or sad. Oral, please tell us about your thoughts on this topic.
Thanks, Ishan. You can also help your supermom by being considerate of what they want, not what you want to do, even if it's not going to be as fun as a trip to Disneyland. One of the most important things you can do for your supermom is pay attention to what they have to say. Most of what they are saying is important and will help you in later life. It saves a lot of time and effort for everyone. On to you, Anvita.
Thank you, Aurel. You can help them wash the dishes, or you can make your room neat. You can do some chores for the fun of it and do it without them telling you to, because it'll make everyone's lives easier. And try to take at least 5 minutes to spend time and make them feel that they are supported. On to you, Hasani.
Thank you, Anvita. And instead of just helping them with dishes and stuff, another way you can maybe help them is by just doing something that will make your parents happy and proud of you. So one example that I did of this was when I won the National Spelling Bee. My parents were very happy and proud of me. And another thing you could do is maybe not be on electronics all the time and just spend time with them. On to you, Pranav.
Thank you, Hasani. So especially when we are traveling, there's a lot of confusion. So helping your mom will take away some of some of her stress away. For example, getting ready for a class on time and once in the car, putting your belt will help her focus on driving. And also when flying to another place, like carrying the luggage so she can take care of passports and other important stuff is helpful, and always helping your younger siblings also, like my sister.
Thank you, Pranav. I really think that's such a good point, and I can really resonate with what you've just said. If you don't mind, I'm just going to share a little example. So when we were younger, I have 2 siblings, so there's 3 of us kids. And when we were small, there would have been a crying baby Ishan, a Hanisha who wants to be carried, and Ishta who's wondering if she can go get some chocolate. So a lot of talking at the same time. And there would probably be, you know, my parents are worried about getting on the flight and they're worried about, does this suitcase have too much weight in it? Do we need to swap? And there's a massive line behind them. So that's obviously very stressful, and it kind of just comes with having younger children. But now that we're older, we can actually kind of help them and hopefully make the process a bit more relaxing by, you know, taking care of our own stuff, carrying our own passports, for example, just kind of keeping calm in general. And I really think I've seen Pranav do the same thing for his sister, and I think that's really nice. And we've definitely said it before, but just to reiterate the point that helping your mum doesn't mean like doing the dishes, because, you know, some people will do the dishes once and that'll be really nice and that's kind of it. That's all they do for the next like year and a half. But it's not about doing everything by yourself. So even if, you know, your mum's cooking a meal and you just want to stand beside her, and even if you're not actually helping really and you're just kind of stirring the thing, you know, they had children for a reason. Children really make people feel better, and I imagine that if it's your own child, that probably makes you feel really good if they're actually spending time with you instead of being on their phone all the time. So leaving, you know, doing even family chores together and having a routine where you all do it together, and that makes it a really fun activity, and then it leaves even more time for actual leisure activities where you can all go out and have fun. On to you, Siri.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Everyone gave some like really good examples of how we can help our mothers. And I like how everyone emphasized that it isn't the work that you do, but it's really like the thought that counts. And lastly, I wanted to add that your mom will feel the most proud of you when you're being responsible and happy. So remember to take care of yourself first and foremost. So next we're going to be going over some quotes, and these are just some of whatever the panelists came up with and how their moms are special to them. And Hasni will be going first.
Thank you, Siri. And this is a quote that I found, and it says, "Mothers hold their children's hands for a short while, but their hearts forever." And I really like this quote because I think that it conveys that a mother only spends a certain amount of time with you in your life, but she spends the rest of her life with you in her heart and mind. She loves you forever, and your mom is always there for you.
Thank you, Hasani. That was really beautiful, and the pictures are really beautiful as well. And you can explain this photo?
Oh yeah, this was just a picture my dad took of me when I was doing the dishes while my mom was at work and getting late.
That's really nice. Next we have Aurel, and she's going to be talking about her quote.
Yeah, my quote is, "To the world you are a mother, to our family you are the world." I chose this quote because it reminded me of how my mom has helped me with many things on multiple instances. One time she got sick and the house was chaotic for a week and a half, and it took so long for everyone to clean it up. From experience, I learned how important my mom is and how I need to help her with all she does. On to you.
For a mother is the only person on earth who can divide her love among 10 children, and each child to still have all her love. Here is a picture of me at around 1 year old with my mum. I have 2 older sisters, and although we may joke about it, my mother has always been really good at showing her love and taking care of us in different ways, so we never feel let down. I also wanted to mention my dad. I watched a talk show where dads in India said they felt less manly if they held their children. So here's a picture of just that. My dad does so much for us. He really is a super dad. He makes the most amazing food and helps us with anything and everything, being our personal chauffeur. Lastly, I wanted to talk about my older sisters. They've always taken care of me and my parents, and they're pretty and super too.
So here it says, if I know what love is, it's because of you. And that's the quote that I've chosen. I believe my images are kind of missing. I'm just going to try and get them back. Can we just reload the slide? Sorry.
It's all right. 1 second.
Perfect, thank you. So if I know what love is, it's because of you. And this is a picture of me with my mum. I must have been, I don't know, less than a year old. And I'm looking up at my mum, and you can't see my face, but you can see hers, and she's looking at me with so much love. And as a child, my mother will be able to tell you, like many, I was a mummy's girl. So I would not get down from my mum's holding me. She carried me up the steps of Tirupati, which is like 8 kilometers or something. And she didn't just do that for Tirupati, she did that for my entire life. I would not move away from her. I wouldn't let her go. And as I got older, I learned to let her go. And she's still been there for me, regardless, even though we kind of grew up and stuff. So if we move on to the next picture, you'll see me as I, learned not to be carried by her all the time. But she's still there for me, and she's always been there for me. And she's really brilliant. I have 2 younger siblings, as Ishan said. Ishan's my younger brother, and I have a younger sister. And I, as the older child, have never really felt left out. I always feel loved by her. We joke about it, obviously, but she's always been really sweet. And I've put this picture in because, again, like Ishan said, my dad's pretty great too. And I really feel like he deserves some love as well, because as I got older, I really needed my dad's support as well as my mum's. I kind of, started going towards my dad's, and now I'm nice and firmly stuck in between. So he helps me with so many different things. He is teaching me how to cook. I can watch him be a professional chef in the kitchen and be really great at that. And he'll drive me around wherever I need, even now. And he's just always had my back. So that's me with my parents, and they're pretty great.
Yeah, thank you, Ishita, for the really sweet stories. And next, Pranav is going to talk about his quote.
So a mother's love will never end, and it is there from beginning to end. What I learned about this quote is that a mother's love is always like there, and it'll never go away. And from the start, like when I was like a baby, I was always like, holding on to my like mom, and she was like always like I used to never let go of her. And like the time when I started like singing, like that was like when I was like 7 or something. And I never used to like, really, I never used to like get on a stage or do that. And it was only with my mom's help I could like get on the stage even. So yeah, without her, I wouldn't have continued like singing, winning competitions. So yeah, that's what I felt.
Thank you, Pranav, for the really sweet story. And as you can see in these pictures, this is me and my brother with our mom and when we were little. And yeah. Next, Anvita is going to share her story.
Hi everyone. My quote is, "A mother's love is the heart of the family." And as you can see, these are my pictures, and me and my mom are always holding each other next to each other or every single time. But like a small story is that like till I was like 4 or 5 years old, I didn't like I got the habit of sleeping with my mom and my dad in the middle of them, and I couldn't let go of them. Like I got my own bed, but then I like till I was like 5.5 or something, I didn't want to leave them because I was like, I'm too scared, there might be monsters. And my mom was like, I'll come sleep with you there, don't worry. But then in the middle of the night, like I told her, I think I'm fine, you can let go now. And I was like, okay, let's it's scary, but I think I can do it. And she kept checking on me in the night, and she told me that in the morning, and I felt very comforted because like I knew that she was always there for me. So
Yeah, thank you, Anvita, for the really heartwarming story. And next, we're going to be going on to our interaction and Q&A session. So our first question is, are there any instances where any of the panelists, have done anything for their mom, anything recently or in the past anyone would like to share?
Yeah, so I can go first, and I think what me and Ishan, or unless Amrita wants to go first, I don't mind. But okay, so I think Ishan and I, we're going to try and make it easier for ourselves, and we're going to swap. So I'm going to say something about Ishan, and Ishan's going to say something about me. So I obviously said before how lovely Ishan is, a very polite boy, and how, he'll try and do things for us before we even ask them to, and he'll always try and surprise us. I think it's really sweet. He'll like sprint up the stairs as fast as he can, literally elbowing people out of the way so he can be the first person to get something for me, so I don't have to go upstairs. And there's been times where I'll be like, oh no, I need to find change. And Ishan does this quite a lot. We call him the bank of our family. He saves up a lot of money and has cash and coins and stuff. And in the past, when we actually used cash and coins before this period, we would be like, I'd be like, oh, I'm running late, I can't find a bus fare. And he would say, no, take my money. I would be like, okay, I promise I'll pay you back. And he would always say, no, it's fine, which is really sweet. And by doing that, it made my parents a bit less stressed because they didn't have to, run to the ATM machine and get cash and then get change. So he would always do that, and he always, tried to help out that way. And he definitely makes my parents smile quite a lot. He's the funniest one. So I think even just him being his silly little self when he deigns to come downstairs and grace us with his presence, it definitely makes us all happier.
Thank you.
By helping me, she helped my parents too, by just taking care of me or like making food for me. So
Thank you. Does anyone else have any?
I think I have a small one. Like I helped my mom wash the dishes, but yeah, like a little bit. And then I like to this is weird, but like I like to sweep the floor. Like I like to clean it. Like like I just like use the floor sweeper thing, and like I like to clean it because like I think it's satisfying, but my mom feels happy because like she doesn't have to do it. So
Thank you. Does anyone else have anything they want to say? Should we go around?
Shall we go for oral?
Oh yes. There is actually one thing I wanted to say. How we help our moms. Our mom, whenever she's tired from carrying the groceries. My sister usually does it because she's the cutie that she is. She just massages my mom for just a little bit, and then like we give her little gifts and stuff and do a little dance, and it totally makes her day.
Thank you, Arul. That was really sweet. Hasani, do you have anything?
Yeah, adding on to Ishita and Ishan, yeah, my brother, he also like helps me a lot, and like whenever my mom comes home from like the grocery, adding on to oral, we always have to go, we always go help her get the groceries in because she's tired because she's on her way back from work and she stops by. So yeah.
Thank you, Hasani. Do you have anything to share?
I think I helped her like in like singing many songs for her. Like she really liked all the songs that I sang, from this point, like from when I was like small to this point. So like I would never like I would have never sang so many songs if she didn't put me in any classes or that.
Thank
You
you.
know what, Pranav? I'll just interrupt and say, because Pranav's my cousin, Pranav singing makes everyone happy in the family. We all like to sit there and we all like to watch whenever Pranav or Siri do something. And I think Hasani said, and she's definitely right, when you achieve something and when you do something well, it really makes your family really happy. And that's kind of what they're working for, right? They want you to be happy and they want you to do well, whatever that means for you. So when we listen to Pranav sing, when we see him, go on stage and do all these lovely performances and all these songs and things that he's worked really hard on, it definitely makes all of us very happy. I know it makes Pranav's mum happy, and it makes my mum very happy as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. It makes everyone happy. Yeah. Do we receive any other questions?
I have a question for you, Siri, or even for anyone if you just want to answer. It's just more of a question that I thought of. You know how many people say, like, on Mother's Day, every day should be Mother's Day. Do you think people actually kind of go with that realistically? Do you think we do enough work for our mums?
I think so. Like, I don't know about, because each individual is different, but like every day should, like, it should be realistically, it should be like that. But like everyone is different. They have probably different like needs and wants and stuff. So we don't like, I think it's definitely should be like that, but many people have different opinions on that saying. So
it's a very good answer, Anvita.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I feel like a lot of people say that, but they don't actually do it. Yeah.
I have another question for you guys. I'll give you an example so you understand what I'm talking about. So in my family, we kind of have, like, sometimes we'll just come up with like little roles that we have. So I said that Ishan's the bank lender. Sometimes he does that. I'm like the physiotherapist of the family. So if my mum has any aches and pains, that's what I'm known for. And my sister is the designated tea maker. So she's really good at making tea. And every time my mum wants tea, Hanisha, bless her heart, she'll always make it every single time. It doesn't matter. And it's really sweet. And she'll always come with a little biscuit and stuff as well. And that definitely helps her feel better. Do you guys have something like that where in your family you'll do something specific and your siblings might do something else?
Well, like I sometimes like when like one of my parents has maybe like maybe one of their like knees or legs hurt, I like massage it. And then I also like give them points because like I read some sources on the internet where it gives like tips on how to stop like aches and stuff. So then I just tell them like those tips and they're like, wow, you're gonna become a doctor soon.
Yeah, my mom says I should have been a physiotherapist. It's quite funny.
And if everyone answers this question, I have a question also for people.
Okay.
Yeah, we kind of also do that. Like, I mostly help my mom with dishes and laundry and folding and stuff. But then my brother is more like, he does that stuff like fixing stuff and stuff. So like the other day, our water dispenser was leaking. So like me and my mom didn't really even go near it because my brother just handles that type of stuff. So.
Yeah, I would also say that, yeah, whenever my mom has like back pain or, that kind of thing, she asks me to like massage her back, and I'll always try to do that. And also whenever my parents have like, some like problem with their phone or something, they always think I'm really cool when I fix it, although it's pretty simple. Some simple things like that, some things that younger people can do. So yeah, just running around the house, getting things for them, it always makes them happy. And
you can go.
You can ask your question. I was going to say that.
Okay. I have a question. So like, has anyone here ever done like a certain activity with their like mom or parents like together? Like, I know I have, because like I've done like it's like this learning prayers stuff. So like I've done a class with my mom and it was super fun because like I can't wake up early, so she used to wake me up and get me like to be ready for the class and like and we used to attend it together. So
I know that this is kind of adding on to what Hasani said. I, being the oldest in my family for like quite a while, so obviously you couldn't ask baby Sean to do stuff, and you maybe wouldn't ask Kanisha to do things. So I would maybe do like some things with my mom and some things with my dad. So when we were like painting the house and wallpapering, we did that together. That was a fun activity, even though it's not really like an activity. That was really fun. It was a bit of a struggle and a bit of a learning experience, but it was really enjoyable. And something else that we do, again, it's not so much like a learning activity, but we might like attend like different events and stuff together. So we'll usually go on walks together, me and my dad, and we'll just walk together and talk about things. And he'll give me life advice and I'll try and give him life advice. I don't know if it's any good, but with my limited experience, I'll just, we'll kind of just talk about things, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, me and my mom, we would go on cycle rides with like all of us, and it would be really fun. I also remember like quite long ago when I was like a toddler, walking to the swimming center with my mom. We had like a routine. So yeah,
that was really nice, wasn't it, Ishan?
Yeah.
You would be in the pram and then we would all be going to swimming together. Yeah, nature walks and cycling and stuff, that's with my mum. That's really fun. That's really lovely as well.
Yeah, I used to kind of paint with my mom because my mom loves painting and I do too, but we don't really paint anymore. But now we started doing like attending these yoga classes together. So yeah.
Me and my mom sometimes, well, actually we've done it a lot, but me and my mom and my sister, all of us, we bake together. And once my mom baked a 2-story cake for my birthday, so that was fun.
Yeah, me and my mom, like my mom and I, sometimes we like doing crafts like stitching or making masks or things like that. Yeah, or like working in the garden or cooking sometimes.
Yeah, and so like I mostly like, in the mornings, like, sometimes when I wake up, I just like go and just like sit down on the couch lazily. But like, and sometimes when I'm actually like, like want to do something better, I ask my my mom to like just sometimes she's at home and she doesn't she's she doesn't do like a lot of like like yoga. So like I tell her, because we have sessions every Saturday, like yoga sessions. So like we can, yeah, probably it's every day now because of this coronavirus thing, but like it's every day now because like on like virtual. So like it doesn't like it just takes like like a minute to get on there, so it's not hard. So that's how I
Okay. There is one question, if any of you can answer. If your mom shouts at you and and she's upset and she shouts at you, how will you handle that? Yeah, no need to share any personal stories, but you can answer it in a generic way.
I think just like based on like sometimes all our moms yell at us. I think the first thing if your mom does, I think the first thing would be like to not get defensive. Like try to understand what she's saying instead of just like trying to defend yourself or giving excuses. Just understand what she's saying because everything she says, it's like for your own good. She thinks it's for your own good. So just try to be understanding and don't always try to like defend yourself or think that you're right. So anyone else?
I think like you can not like Siri said, not make excuses, but maybe try to like think back, like if you did something wrong, maybe you can make it right or something, or like that, or like you can do something to like maybe like make help your mom, like we were talking about this webinar, like helping your mom and doing stuff, like maybe like she's really like weared out and stuff and low and tired, so like maybe you can do something to help her. Maybe that's the reason that she might yell at you or something. So
I think with regards to my mum, I'm a bit older now, so my mum doesn't really shout at me very often at all. If she shouted at me before when I was younger, it was probably because, you know, me and my siblings were arguing. That's the only reason I can think of. If I think in the circumstance of if she's shouting at you because, you know, she wants you to do something and you should have done that thing, like my mum doesn't shout at me, but if she was saying something like, oh, Ishta, you should really be doing this. This is something that's important for you. It's good for you. Why are you not doing it? Then it's kind of about understanding that, yeah, actually, I should be doing that. And you mean it from the best place, even if it's annoying to hear, because even if you were going to do that thing anyway, they mean it from the best place. They want the best thing for you. So I think that's important. If my mum is shouting, I used to shout back as like an early teen, but then I realized that it wasn't her shouting, it was just like the difference in our volume. So she would think I was shouting, I would think she was shouting, but neither of us were shouting, we were just speaking very loudly. So I now know to just moderate my pitch, and that actually makes a massive difference. So I would recommend that if you know, because most of the time it's not actually with anger, it's just like you're speaking quite loudly and it can come across aggressive to other people, but you don't realize that you are. Do you have anything, Sean?
Well, like once again, like Siri, I think you should just try to hear them out because you're not always right. So.
Okay, now I'll ask another question to all of you. So let's say, yeah, there is a situation like that where you did not do anything wrong, but your mom shouted at you. And if I ask a question like now, how many of you can wait for a minute, or like kind of a being calm and silent for a minute before you even respond, even though you are not wrong? So basically, this is about more about EQ, the as in contrast to IQ. So how many of you think that you have you have the power to wait for a minute before you can respond? Because sometimes it is natural for us to really respond immediately, and maybe like in a shouting way or something like that.
You know what, Uncle? I 100% agree with you, and that's exactly the point that I was trying to get at. In the past, when I was younger, I might have spoken back more angrily, but most of the time now I realize that if my mum's shouting, she's not shouting because she's angry at me, she's shouting because she's stressed. So actually, it's really important where even if I don't wait for a minute, if I recognize that she's stressed, I'm able to and this works for anyone, if you realize that someone's angry or stressed and you're able to modulate your voice tone and you're able to speak calmly and patiently with them, they'll automatically they'll bring themselves down to your level as well. So that's one of the best ways to de-escalate an argument. And I think that's something really important, and it comes with practice, and I think something that's really important is most people can speak calmly, but you can't recognize when you need to speak calmly. So if you take that, take a step back, think for a second, that's definitely a lot easier. And if you can do it now, that's great. I can now do it, but yeah. I think Anvita can do it as well. Anvita's
No, like if someone shouts at you, you might want to wait, because if you stay patient, they might know that you're trying to be calm, so they'll also modulate their voice down. Then it'll make it easier for both you and them.
How many of you then can sign up for this pause for a minute? Do you think you can the next time? We will definitely get feedback from your parents. I will check a survey. I will take a survey after 1 month. If any of you are able to do a 1 minute pause or not. So you're ready to sign up for the 1 minute pause? Maybe Ishita.
Anvita
Siri
can prove her
good for that,
proof
and
of patience.
and how to measure it every month. Yeah, I think there are other attendees on the Zoom as well. I think it's an interactive session. Yeah, if anybody has any other thoughts, you want to express yourself, yeah, feel free to unmute and you can speak.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for that wonderful session. We are into the interaction session. So please, any one of you have any thoughts, please share with us. Yeah, if not, I would definitely say it was like a heart touching webinar for me personally. And it's emotional. It's always as soon as the kids they talk anything, and when they speak their heart, it's always makes a mom melt. So yes. Homework is also given by Srini. So I think that moment's pause is all that we also as parents we need, and kids as well. Yeah, Lavanya says, great job, kids. You all put it together very nicely. Yes, Lavanya, totally agree. And just since you all gave this, moms, the super mom title, just wanted to, on behalf of all the moms who are tuned in today, who are listening, and who I think would agree with me that her cape may be invisible, and her special powers may not be as cool as Iron Man's, but her powers of having kids who care do help her survive the day to day grind of being a super mom. So, from all of us moms, thank you, kids. Thank you, all of you, for reminding us that you care, you think, and now you are talking about it. So, I guess a lot of love and thanks from all the moms who are listening today. And you did a wonderful job. Thank you. Sai says, great job, everyone. Sai, you want to share any story about your relationship with your mom, or how you found her to be a super mom?
Oh,
Sri
hi,
Lakshmi.
Zula.
Yeah.
First of all, great job, everyone. It was very nice sharing your thoughts about your mom. Yep.
Thank you, Sai. Yeah. So, any last moment thoughts, youth? I'm asking all of you. Ishita, suddenly.
Oh, I just wanted to say, Oral did such a good job. I think it was her first webinar. She spoke so well. I was really impressed.
Thanks.
And also, Mummy, if you're watching, I love you.
So a big shout out for all the moms, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. We all love you a lot. Oh, she's put well done, kids.
Yeah. So yes, Anvita, go ahead. What if you have a message for your mom?
I love you, Amma. I mean, I can get more personal, but like it's online.
Moms can understand with few words also. So
yeah.
yeah.
And I thought your quote was really nice, like about like them not having superpowers, but them being the super moms in our heart.
So we have some emotional parents who had to open Zoom and type. So since they were just watching on YouTube, see, you have moved the moms today, made them real super moms. And Siri, Pranav.
Thank you so much for everything you do for us, and we love you.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was such an awesome session with a lot of emotions. Definitely, this webinar is a different one. It was nice seeing all the pictures and the nice memories and recollecting. And I'm telling you, it will be a very nice memoir and of this YouTube video recording that we can go through later again and again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I must say that, making Aurel agreeing to do the webinar was, and she actually doing it and saying some nice things about her mom also made it more emotional. Yeah. So Madhavi says, nice to hear from all of you, beautiful stories and thoughts. Yeah. Anvita's mom, I think, says, awesome.
Yeah.
See how happy it makes everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody raised a hand actually. So
Anvita, I wanted to say that you tell my mom's feelings. You are not saying Julan auntie. I think that's what she meant. So just a quick thing that we have to, I'll just get this, that we have webinars every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, professional webinars from 12 to 1 p.m. EST. And we have our next week webinars. Tuesday, we have 21st century leadership. Topic is that. On Wednesday, we have CNN architectures. On Thursday, we have graphology, which is something very interesting and uncommon. If those of you are not aware, it's graphotherapy means making conscious changes in your handwriting to bring about positive changes in your personality. So we have that on topic. And right now, we'll be discussing, and the youth here will be discussing on the topic for next week, Friday webinar, youth webinar. So all of you who have joined in on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, please, if you can join the Zoom link here so we can have a open discussion. The youth will come up with a topic for next week and you can be part of this webinar as well. So any other thoughts?
yeah, you can display the Zoom, probably the Zoom code or something. I'm not sure whether everybody has the Zoom code. Oh yeah, you can tell the Zoom code, which is 927-827-966. Yeah, 927-827-966. That is the Zoom code. Yeah.
Yeah, I am not able to share it, but yeah, you can, or you can check your WhatsApp groups and you'll find it there as well. So, okay, then we end this session. Thank you everyone for joining in, for attending the session. And we would definitely appreciate if you can give your feedback, your comments on YouTube, on Facebook, on our web page, LetUsTalkIt.com, on our anywhere, or email us at webinar@LetUsTalkIt.com. We really appreciate. And thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye.
Okay, we'll continue the next week's topic, right? Okay.
Yeah. Vamshi, can we